Good morning. I got a question from one of you about linear programming, and we're here together now, to help each other to solve this question about inequalities and linear programming. But before we start, it's really important to mention that this is not my question. I did not create it, so I want to give credit and say thanks to Cambridge Examinations for this is their question. Okay, we are just here together to help each other and solve it. Okay, let's start. What does it say? It says, Luke wants to buy X goats and Y sheep. Okay, so let me just put a little line underneath X goats, or let put a box around it. So the goats are X and the sheep are Y. Okay, and then it continues. The first question for 1 point, so not too difficult, at least not too much working involved. He wants to buy at least 5 goats. Okay, and that is already very important. At least 5 goats. Okay, write down an inequality in X to represent this condition. An inequality in X, why? Because we're talking about goats, and we said before that the goats are represented by the variable X. Okay, at least 5 goats. So how can I write that down? Well then, X, so the amount of goats has to be bigger or equal to 5. Do we all understand that at least 5 goats means 5 goats or 6 or 7 or 8, 9, 10, 128 goats, but at least 5. So 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0 would not be good. So X needs to be bigger or equal to 5. 5 is good as well, or bigger. All right, at least 5. If you understand that, hopefully then the rest becomes a little bit easier. He wants to buy, again, at least 11 sheep. Write down an inequality in Y to represent this condition. In Y, because we're talking about sheep, and we said before that Y are the sheep. Okay, again, at least 11 sheep, so that means 11 sheep is good, but 12 or 13 is also good. So as an inequality, Y has to be bigger or equal to 11. That is what at least 11 sheep means. Okay, we continue again for 1 point, so not too much working involved. He wants to buy at least 20 animals. So they really like that phrase, at least 20 animals. So 20 animals is good, or 21, or 22, or 1,523 animals is also good, at least 20. Write down inequality in X and Y to represent this condition. So we're talking about animals. So those are the goats and sheep together. That's why it's X and Y. So if I would add up all the animals, so X plus Y, at least, so that should be bigger, or equal to 20. That is what it means. That is a 20. There we go. All right. Then finally, I believe this is a 2-point question. It says goats cost $4 and sheep cost $8. Okay, so the goats are cheaper than the sheep. The sheep are 2 times as expensive. Okay, the maximum Luke can spend is $160. So he's got $160 to spend. Write down an inequality in X and Y and show that it simplifies to X plus 2Y is smaller or equal to 40. So they kind of already give you the answer, the simplified answer, but you got to show that that is actually true. Okay, so what can I say? Well, the goats are $4, so 4 times every goat he buys. Where can I fit that in? Let me put that here. 4 times every goat he buys, so 4x. And if I add that to $8 times all the sheep he buys, so 8y, that then has to be smaller or equal to how much? 160, because he's got $160 to spend, so that is the maximum amount he can spend, so that's the 160. So the price of it, 4x plus 8y, has to be smaller or perhaps equal to it. The bigger wouldn't be good because he's got no money. All right, and then we're going to show that that simplifies to this. Well, the 160 here and a 40 there, what is the factor? What is the difference? Not the difference, by which number was it divided? That's what I should say. And I have 4x here and 1x there. So by which number was that divided? 8y and 2y there. So indeed, hopefully you already realize that everything has been divided, the entire inequality has been divided by 4, simplified. So that's how you get x plus 2y smaller or equal to 40, okay, and that is exactly what they tell you. Okay, now these inequalities, linear programming always involves graphing as well, okay. So go to my next video where we're going to graph these inequalities, and we're going to say something about let's say the most or the maximum amount of animals Luke is able to buy. Okay, so go to the next video where I'm going to graph it. Please like and share this video if it was useful, and find me on my website explainingmaths.com or on Facebook or Twitter to ask me your question if you have any. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye bye.